Hey everybody, welcome back. I am Chef John Politte, and today you are watching part 4 of a 6-part series on shooting a YouTube cooking show. Alright, well welcome back. I just want to throw out a disclaimer there before we start that all I am doing is I'm hosting a show that's a discussion show for the comment section down below there, because I've had people get mad at me in the past and leave some angry comments. I'm just hosting a show. We're going to share ideas. I'm not telling anybody what's right or wrong by any means of how to do things. We're leaving comments for each other, we're helping each other out, we're sharing ideas to make our shows better and to feed off each other to learn things. So with that being said, let's start off. My name is Chef John Politte. I'm the host of It's Only Food, a cooking channel on YouTube. I've done a 3-part series in the past. This is going to be 4, then we're going to do 5 and 6. 5 will be editing and 6 will be social media. What do you do with your show after you're done with it, and how do you get it shared out there, because we all say to share our show to everybody. What are the social media aspects that we have, and also editing. Editing is a fun thing to do. But today we're talking about the set. The set is what we're talking about today. So in the past we've done part 1 was the concept. How did you come up with your show? What was your show going to be about? The whole idea. Part 2 was equipment. What do we use for equipment? Cameras, lights, tripods, all that kind of stuff. We had a really good show, and that was a good one. I had a lot of discussion on that one. And then of course part 3 was platforms, sharing it. We're going to go into further discussion on part 6 with that, but the part 3 was just sharing it after you've made it. What do you do with your show after you're done with it? So, but like I said, this is part 4, and this is all about sets. Alright, well, being that it's a cooking show, it doesn't have to be in the kitchen per se. I've seen a lot of shows that they're in patios outside, they're in the yard, because you've got smokers and barbecues out there. I've seen them in garages. I've seen them, like one of mine, I do mine in the upstairs kitchen that I have up in my house, but I also do them at work, where I have a kitchen, which is an actual kitchen for a company that I work for. It's got all the industrial, I guess is the word I'm looking for, professional cooking equipment in there, and I do a lot of shows, but the noise is so bad, and the ambient noise, I can't really talk, but because you got the hood system up above that just and you can't hear, so I just do a lot of voiceover, or I just dub music over the top of it. But there's a location. We all have a location. Even if it's just a closet with a hot plate, that's a location. So we're just going to start out, and I'm going to get into the whole discussion here. So the set itself, the kitchen, is it clean and organized and looking nice? I'm not saying that you have to, but it just, since you have an audience that's viewing, and the fact that I'm probably a professional chef, the kitchen should be clean. It shouldn't have dirt in it. It should be somewhat organized, because you do need room to actually work in there too. But a lot of the times our camera is focused so much on the food and what we're doing, but there are times when the camera's on you and you're talking, and there's stuff behind you, and there's stuff on the counters behind you. And sometimes, I've done this too, I've seen it in my shows after I've done production, I got a dirty, washcloth right in the shot. There's, so beforehand I like to kind of keep the kitchen clean, get it organized, kind of know where everything is, where I want it to be. So that's kind of one thing I kind of work on beforehand, before I start even setting up, which is the next thing, the production equipment. You got your cameras, your lighting kits, your PC, your SD card, your power cords, your fully charged equipment. Nothing worse than running out of battery power right in the middle of a shot or during the middle of a show. Have you got everything you need? I don't know if there's a checklist, because sometimes I don't have the same kind of show that I do all the time, but I should put together a checklist that I've got the camera, the tripod, the light kit, my SD card, all the stuff that I'm going to need to make that production work. So that's one thing. Filming a scene when the camera was off, I don't know how many times I've done that. I'm sure a lot of you have done that out there too. Right in the middle of the show, or right in the middle of the shot, if you've got the camera where you can tilt the viewer and you're looking at it and you're looking to make sure you're doing everything right in your shot, and then, oh, the little red light that's supposed to be on is not on, so you got to redo the whole thing, you know, because it wasn't on and you didn't shoot it. That's another reason why I have my PC up. I have a laptop that I use for the production, and I bring it upstairs with me or take it to work, so I can everything. I can check everything, take the SD card out of the camera, put it in there, and just double check that the audio and the video look good when I go on to my next shot. So there is, I also forgot, when it comes to production equipment, is a microphone. If you've got a microphone too, there's been a couple of times where I've not turned the microphone on, and all you get is this talking like that, and it's just very frustrating. And I had already closed down the set, put everything away, and was downstairs in post editing, and I noticed it, so I couldn't really, or I didn't feel like going back up and redoing the whole thing, so I kind of either do voiceover, which I've got behind me, I can do a voiceover, or figure out another way. I mean, we all get very, very creative when it comes to editing, I'm sure, but we'll talk about that next time in the next discussion. Your cooking equipment, you're going to need all your pots and pans and your cutting boards and your knives and every little thing. You're going to have to visualize in your head, what am I going to be doing in each shot? You know, oh, I'll be stirring, so I'm going to need a spoon, grab a spoon, get it out, because there's nothing more frustrating to me than be talking about something and getting ready to do, say, the stirring of the gravy, and I don't have a spoon, so I got to either stop or I got to walk all the way through my kitchen, get the thing out of the drawer, bring it all the way back, and then start stirring, and then you know, hopefully I catch it again and edit it out and make it look. Oh, what's the word we're looking for? It all comes together, you know. I can't remember, think of the word. But you hope that it all ties together, you know, that you can edit it where it looks nice and it doesn't have too many cuts and stuff in it. So, it's nothing more frustrating than that. Shot sequence or logging your shots and how you're going to do. I also make sure that you got a recipe, at least a physical copy of a recipe, or I've got it in my head. I've got all my ingredients that are out. I usually get my ingredients ahead of time and put them all there, set up kind of nice, and then I take pictures of that, because then I put that into the shot when I'm introducing what I'm doing and what the ingredients are going to be. I've got that ready to go. The camera shots in your head, or you have a shot log, I don't go that far, but you kind of have an idea what you're going to do. You know, a lot of us have a routine that we do and a sequence of how we're going to do the shot the show every time we do it. I got, you know, hi, I'm John Politte, this is Only Food. Then I go into our ingredients, and we go into right into start cooking, and we start doing the shots. So, do you actually take pictures of what you're doing with your ingredients? Take a physical picture and then put it in, or do you film the ingredients while you're talking? And a lot of you are just doing it on your iPhone too, so share that if you've got an idea on that. Again, with sequencing shots, they don't have to be linear. You don't have to go from the start of the show to the end of the show. Some of you do. I've done it a few times myself too. I like to just kind of get, after I do the ingredients pictures, and I like to just get the, hi, this is Chef John Politte, welcome to It's Only Food. And then what we're going to do, name the ingredients, kind of get that out of the way. Walk through, I don't really do a walkthrough. I should, because sometimes I rush, and I know some of the shows that I'm not happy with after I'm done are because I've rushed them. So that's something that I like to work on more. But sometimes we get into a hurry where we want to get shows out there just because we want the views. But actually planning a shot, when I do a show where I plan it, think through it, do the shot sequences, how I'm going to do it, it seems to work out better. Also, I've noticed that when I just do small, tiny little scenes, just cutting the onion, there's a scene. Chopping up, say, the parsley, there's a scene. Making the potatoes in the pot, that's a scene. Instead of trying to leave the camera on and then just whip through that, set up the camera again while it's on or whatever, and then try to do that, and then go back and whip through the camera while it's still on and set it up. And it's easier in editing too if you do that, you just do each scene, I've noticed, because then you actually have the little MVIs that are right there, and you can pull and put in and edit on their own. So I think it's just easier just to do little scenes like that. Scorsese probably does it that way too, so that's probably how I'm going to do it. So, or I do it actually. So, do you have the same technique or style for each show that you do? I've been around all over the board with the way I do things. I do when I go to my place where I work in the professional kitchen there, I do it totally different than how I do it at home. Cooking with Honey, she does it a whole voiceover and music. She doesn't, you don't even see half the people sometimes in the show. There's people that like to be in front of the camera, there's some people that don't like to be in front of the camera. Either way, sometimes there's people that do it all kinds of different ways. You see them doing all kinds of different styles. So let me know what you think. Let everybody else know what your favorite style is or what you like to watch too, and who's your favorite person for what you like to watch. Is the equipment turned on? We covered that. Nothing worse than having your equipment off or not full power. I've had that happen too, where I'm shooting, all of a sudden the camera just dies. And it was full. Batteries. Make sure your batteries are charged. We get to the money shot. That is where the food is done. It is plated, and you want to give it the best presentation you can, not only for the view that you're going to get while people are watching it, but you're going to use that JPEG, and that's going to be on, you know, your cover for your YouTube video that you hope people are going to click on or be attracted to or find curious, that they'll click on that and Google will like it and your show will get a lot of views. So you want to have a really, really good shot of your food. So I do a lot of different angles when I am done with the food. Of course, we do thank you for watching at the end of our shows or all the way through it. Thank you for watching. We appreciate your viewing. Make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe to our show. Also, I've noticed too, sets that are, you know, you got the man cave when we're doing situations like this. I know Daryl over at Bad Beast Barbecue over there, he's got his, I guess it's a man cave, it's where he watches football. I can tell because he's got all of the New Orleans Saints stuff, and he's got a bar down there. I mean, it's really nice. And I've got my office here that I use when I do shows like this, and I do actual script that I have that I'm reading off of, and I've got little clips that I put on the script, and then a bungee cord that I hang around it, then I put that over the top of the lens that sticks out so I can actually have my notes right in front of me. Because I would, you know, it's okay to read off this and come up like this like Walter Cronkite used to do, but that's another idea if you've got a script too that you follow. I know we're cooking, it's kind of hard to have a script. I can cook and I can talk, but I don't seem to be able to cook and talk at the same time. But I've learned over the years that if I just explain what I'm doing and not worry about being on camera, just forget the camera's there, it makes it a lot easier, and also not to rush myself. So, all right, well, our next discussion show that I hope you join us for is going to be about editing. The different programs that we have for editing, from the ones that are on your iPhone, the ones that YouTube allows us to use, and all the ones that are out there on Amazon or out in Best Buy or Target or wherever you go to shop for your. We're going to talk about what you use. Excuse me. We're going to talk about the style, transitions, gimmicks, all kinds of different things that are in the editing software, and how long it takes you to do it, and what you look for when you edit your show. So with that, I'd like to say thank you for watching. This has been It's Only Food. I am Chef John Politte. Subscribe to this channel and show if you haven't already. Like it, give it a thumbs up, send it out onto Twitter. Leave a comment below and share in the discussion. And also, share this video and this channel with everyone you know. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time right here on It's Only Food. Bye-bye.